Hi there, this is Bria again, and I am going to give you a little bit of tour of a feature in Bulb that we call groups. And so groups really has two functions. The first, it'll allow you to easily access your students' work. So I know you're going to be really excited to see this feature. The second thing is that as our students are doing more digital types of work, we want the students within our classes to be able to see and interact with each other's projects and be able to give feedback. And so this is really a great way to have what I would call like a virtual bulletin board. So instead of the projects just laying out in the class or on the classroom walls, you can really have that in a digital space where then students can access and be able to see each other's work. And so from your profile page, and if you're not at your profile page, just easily click this bulb logo anywhere to be able to get you back to your profile page. And now when you click on your hamburger menu in the upper right hand corner, it gives you that drop down. And starting from the left, you'll see your activity feed, and the next menu is groups. So for many of you, you will see groups already populated in here. And one of the things that we have done is we have what we call a roster sync. So we connect with Clever, which is connected to your student information system. And nightly, they give us the data of what classes you have and the students members of that class. And we create these groups based on your class rosters, and we maintain them throughout the year. So if a student leaves your class and goes to somebody else, we will change those students and move them out of your class, and anybody new that comes in, will move those students into your class group. And so those are maintained for you, and you can't adjust the members of in that group based on those roster sync classes. However, you can create your own manual groups. Just by clicking create group here, you can create your own group and be able to add members. So if you have a particular mentorship or an organization that you're sponsoring and you want to create groups, teachers create groups for their departments. You can create all kinds of collaborative types of groups ad hocly on your own by just clicking on this blue create button here. So let's show you groups a little bit. I'm going to come to this group in first period, and one of the things you'll notice is I have a little head icon here, and this means that I'm the owner of the group. And so when I open up this group for first period, I have two tabs right here, and this first tab is the members tab. So these are all the people that are in my group. So remember, a group really is a private space for just members. So only members have access to this space, and only members have access to this content area over here. And this content area is where members can publish. You guys learned about publishing, but members can publish their content to this space, and then only members can be able to see this content. Now, this content still lives on all these individuals' portfolios. It really just is this kind of visual hyperlink that allows you to be able to go to the page on Nikki's portfolio, for example, and be able to see the content that she's created. And you'll notice there's a lot of commenting going on here as well. It's easy to highlight and be able to leave inline and direct comments. And those comments are visible to anyone who has the visible to or access permissions to be able to view the page. So I'm going to go back into my groups. And I want to go back to this members tab because one quick trick that I really want to tell you is that if you have students in your class and they're using Bulb and you want an easy way to be able to see maybe several things in their portfolio or kind of just check on the progress of different things that they're doing, think about this as a nice roster list for each of your classes. And so you can come in here and you can click on anyone's name, and you can see the content that they have published. So all published content as a teacher within your synced groups, you will have access to be able to see. And so it makes it so easy to be able to see the students' work. And then if you need to do any grading or anything like that, you can easily access them. So that's just a quick trip of accessing students' work in general from their profile page. The other way that you could have students do a project is to create a collection for a project and publish that collection of work to this content area. And then you can click through these content tiles and then be able to view all of the students' work. Students can also come in and view this work and be able to give feedback. For example, a great assignment I have a lot of teachers do is have their students publish their different projects. So they're doing all different kinds of topics, and then they need to come into their group and leave direct feedback or ask a particular question or questions to at least 3 students within the class. And then you'll be able to see all of those comments and questions that are left on those pages. So that's a great way to be able to use the members and the content tab within your group. So a couple other little things just to know about your groups to just make groups more functional for you is if the groups were created for you or you created them yourselves, it doesn't matter. You have the ability to leave a picture here. And so I already have a picture and I can come in and edit and I can delete and I can upload a new picture here to kind of create a little visible tile here because your students will see that picture as well. And then sometimes your groups come in with really long names with lots of numbers. And so just put your cursor in the title and you can come in here and change the name and make it a little bit more user-friendly in terms of what that name is, and that will not impact your groups being synced. They will still sync even if your name is changed on there. The other thing that you'll notice is you'll see I have a lot of groups, and you probably do too. Sometimes, depending on how your classes are set up in your student information system, you may see a first semester class and a second semester class, and you see that all together. And so if you want to just manage your groups a little bit, one of the options that we have is what we call close groups. So see this little minus sign right here? And when you close a group, it takes it off this main active groups page. And I can click this button right here, View Closed Groups. And you'll notice here's my first period group. It was closed on the 11th. And when I open it up, here it is. Nothing happens to the content. It almost freezes it in that moment of time. People can't add more content into it when it's closed, but nothing gets deleted and it doesn't change any of that. The great thing is that when you close a group, it's really easy to reopen a group. And so say you want to close all of your spring semester groups, or maybe you're in spring semester and you want to close all your fall semester groups from previously. You can close those, and if you ever want to reopen them later on, you just simply click reopen. And now I can return to my open groups. And first period is back. And now all the members will see that first period group back in their active groups, and they will be able to publish content to that group. So groups really is a great feature in helping you in the classroom and helping you collaborate with, say, your team or a small group and be able to share content and easily access each other's portfolios. Of course, if you have any other questions, we have extensive tutorials about our groups and our help pages, and you can always reach out to us at help@bulbapp.com.